God's chosen ones, you passed. It's time to tell you everything. My child, you did not arrive here by accident, and if you leave before hearing every word, you may walk away from the very thing you prayed for during your darkest nights. I have watched every silent tear, every hidden battle, every moment you felt abandoned while still trying to hold on to faith. You thought the waiting meant I had forgotten you, but the truth is that I was testing your heart, shaping your spirit, and preparing you to carry what is finally coming into your life. What I am about to reveal will explain why certain doors closed, why certain people disappeared, and why your soul never stopped feeling that something greater was ahead. Type Amen if you still trust God. You survived seasons that should have broken you completely, yet you are still standing because my hand never left your life. There were nights when you cried quietly so nobody would hear your pain, and there were mornings when you smiled in front of others while carrying heavy burdens inside your chest. I saw every sacrifice you made while nobody applauded you. I saw how you kept loving people who misunderstood you, and how you kept praying even when heaven felt silent. That is why today is different, because you have passed the test that many people fail when pressure becomes too heavy. Before this continues, take one moment to like this video, because someone else who feels forgotten may need this encouragement today. The reason you felt separated from others was not because you were cursed or rejected. I pulled you away from certain places because I could see dangers that your eyes could not see yet. Some people were smiling in your face while secretly hoping for your downfall. Some relationships were draining your peace while pretending to offer comfort. I allowed distance to grow because your destiny could not survive in the wrong environment. What hurt you then is now protecting you from a future disaster that would have delayed your purpose even longer. You kept asking why life became harder after you started seeking me more deeply. The answer is simple, my child. Darkness becomes uncomfortable when light begins to rise. The attacks increased because your future carries weight and influence that the enemy wanted to stop before it could bloom. Your mind was targeted because your thoughts shape your direction. Your heart was wounded because your love carries healing power that many people around you desperately need. Type 777 if you believe God protected you. I need you to understand something clearly today. You are not weak because you became tired. Even the strongest souls grow weary while carrying heavy assignments for a long time. You kept fighting through disappointment after disappointment while still trying to remain kind, faithful, and hopeful. Many people around you gave up on their dreams, but something inside you refused to die because I placed that fire there, myself. The calling on your life survived storms because it was created by heaven and not by human hands. You thought your delays meant failure, but your delays were preparation. I refused to release certain blessings into your life before your heart was ready to carry them correctly. If I had opened some doors earlier, pride would have destroyed your peace, or immature choices would have damaged what was meant to bless you. Timing matters more than most people understand. I was protecting your future while you were questioning my silence. Every closed door, every detour, and every unexpected ending was part of a larger design that you could not fully see at the time. There were moments when you almost gave up completely. You smiled less, trusted less, and even wondered whether your prayers were reaching heaven at all. Yet, even during those moments, I was near you. I stayed beside you in rooms where nobody understood your pain. I listened to your whispered prayers when exhaustion made it hard to speak clearly. I carried you through battles that could have crushed your spirit forever if my strength had not surrounded you. You are entering a season where hidden truth will finally become visible. Things that confused you before will suddenly begin to make sense. You will recognize why certain people betrayed you and why certain opportunities disappeared without warning. You will stop blaming yourself for things that were never your fault. The burden of unnecessary guilt will begin to leave your heart because I am bringing clarity into places where confusion once lived. This clarity will help you walk into your future with peace instead of fear. Some blessings are already moving toward you while you listen to these words. I have been arranging conversations, connections, opportunities, and breakthroughs behind the scenes. What seemed impossible a few months ago is about to become reality because the season has shifted. The enemy believed your discouragement would make you quit before the harvest arrived, but you remained faithful through pain, and now the reward is closer than you realize. Heaven has not ignored your obedience. I know you became tired of being strong for everyone else, while secretly needing comfort yourself. You carried burdens for family members, friends, and people who rarely asked how you were doing. You gave encouragement while feeling empty inside. Yet I saw the purity of your heart every time you chose compassion instead of bitterness. That kindness was never wasted. Every loving act planted seeds that will return to you in ways that will leave you speechless. Do not fear the changes that are beginning to happen around you now. Some people will leave because they were only assigned to temporary seasons in your life. Others will suddenly appear with wisdom, support, and genuine love. You are being repositioned for greater peace, deeper purpose, and stronger faith. What once felt like loss will eventually reveal itself as divine alignment. Trust me enough to release what no longer belongs in your future. How are people moving from financial stress to more comfortable lifestyles so quickly? A CIA-linked study suggests a simple 7-second brain ritual may influence how people respond to opportunities. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this method is helping individuals improve daily life. Many are now stepping into dream homes, upgrading to luxury cars, and taking luxury vacations. But this page could be deleted at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. The reason your spirit has felt restless lately is because you are standing at the edge of transformation. Your old season cannot contain the person you are becoming now. You are outgrowing fear, insecurity, and the need for constant approval from others. I am teaching you to hear my voice more clearly than the opinions surrounding you. That inner strength growing inside your heart is not pride. It is confidence, born from surviving battles you once thought would destroy you. I am not calling you forgotten anymore. I am calling you chosen, refined, protected, and prepared. The pain did not ruin you. The waiting did not defeat you. The tears did not weaken you. Every difficult chapter carried lessons that strengthened your spirit for the journey ahead. What is coming next will require wisdom, humility, courage, and faith. And that is exactly why you had to pass through these fires first. You learned how to continue loving while your own heart needed healing. That endurance became part of your preparation because the future waiting for you requires a soul that understands compassion, patience, and mercy. There were times when you begged me for immediate answers, and instead of removing the storm quickly, I taught you how to stand inside it without losing yourself. That lesson changed you more deeply than you realize. You are no longer the same fearful person who once depended completely on the approval of others to feel valuable. The loneliness you hated became the place where your spiritual vision sharpened. What felt like isolation was actually a sacred season where I was teaching you how to hear my voice above every distraction surrounding you. Type 1212 if you still walk by faith. You keep wondering why your heart feels different now. You notice how certain conversations no longer satisfy you, and how certain environments drain your peace almost immediately. This is happening because your spirit has matured through suffering. I am separating you from confusion and drawing you closer to truth. Things that once entertained you now feel empty because you are being called into deeper purpose. The transformation inside you may feel uncomfortable at times, but it is necessary for the assignment connected to your future. Many people misunderstood your silence during your hardest seasons. They thought you were weak because you stopped explaining yourself. They assumed your quietness meant defeat when it was actually survival. You became careful with your energy because betrayal taught you that not everyone deserves access to your deepest struggles. I watched you carry pain privately while still trying to remain gentle with people around you. That quiet strength is one reason heaven trusts you with what is coming next. The reason you were tested so heavily is because your influence reaches farther than you currently understand. Your story will encourage people who feel hopeless. Your healing will become proof that brokenness is not the end. Your testimony will remind others that darkness cannot destroy someone protected by my hand. The enemy attacked your confidence because confidence rooted in faith becomes dangerous to fear and despair. Yet despite every attack, you are still here listening, still breathing, still hoping for better days. You thought you were being punished when certain dreams collapsed unexpectedly. In reality, I was saving you from paths that would have stolen your peace later. Some opportunities looked beautiful on the outside, but carried hidden destruction beneath the surface. I removed things you begged to keep because I could already see the heartbreak waiting ahead. One day you will look back and thank me for every unanswered prayer that protected your future from unnecessary pain. What felt cruel in the moment was actually mercy working quietly behind the scenes. Type 2222 to receive miracles. There are blessings approaching your life now that cannot be stopped by human opinions or past mistakes. I have already spoken restoration over areas where you expected permanent loss. Some relationships will heal in unexpected ways. Some financial struggles will begin shifting slowly but steadily. Doors connected to purpose and stability are opening because your season of constant survival is not meant to last forever. I did not bring you this far only to leave you exhausted and empty at the end of the journey. I know you became tired of watching other people receive breakthroughs while your own prayers seemed delayed. You smiled for others while secretly asking why your own life still felt uncertain. Jealousy tried to enter your heart, but deep inside, your love for me kept pulling you back toward trust. That mattered more than you realize. Staying faithful while feeling overlooked is one of the hardest spiritual battles a person can face. Yet you continued believing that your time would eventually come and that faith honored me deeply. Your tears were never ignored. Every cry that fell from your eyes carried meaning in heaven. When you collapsed emotionally and thought nobody cared, I remained close beside you. I saw the nights when anxiety stole your sleep and the mornings when exhaustion made it difficult to keep moving forward. You survived emotional storms that other people never even noticed. That hidden endurance became part of the testimony I am building through your life. Do not be afraid of the new responsibilities approaching you. The same strength that carried you through suffering will carry you through success as well. You have feared becoming overwhelmed because pain taught you to expect disappointment, but this next season is different. I am not only healing your wounds, I am rebuilding your confidence. I am teaching you that blessing does not always lead to loss, and that peace does not always disappear suddenly. You were chosen because your heart remained soft after hardship tried to harden it completely. Many people become bitter after betrayal, but you continued searching for goodness even when darkness surrounded you. That choice revealed the condition of your spirit. I trusted you with hidden lessons because your soul still desired light despite everything you endured. Your compassion was not weakness. It was evidence that my spirit continued working inside you even during your lowest moments. Why is an NYC neuroscientist breaking their silence about a hidden brain ritual? Reports say their attorneys are trying to shut this page down after CIA-linked research revealed a brainwave method connected to attracting money. This 7-second practice, supported by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people move away from financial stress into more stable lifestyles. Many are now stepping into dream homes, driving luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations. If you are seeing this now, consider yourself lucky, because this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. There are people watching your life right now who secretly admire your resilience. They do not understand how you continue standing after everything you survived. Some of them expected you to give up permanently. Others assumed your faith would disappear after repeated disappointments. Yet your survival became evidence that I was sustaining you even when your own strength felt gone. Never underestimate the impact your perseverance has on those quietly observing your journey. I am also exposing false connections that no longer belong in your future. Certain individuals enjoyed benefiting from your kindness while offering little support in return. They celebrated your generosity but disappeared when you needed encouragement yourself. You sensed something was wrong for a long time, yet your compassionate heart kept hoping things would improve. Now I am giving you wisdom to recognize who truly values your spirit and who only values what you provide for them emotionally. Your future cannot be built on constant self-sacrifice that leaves your own soul empty. I never created you to spend your entire life carrying everyone else while ignoring your own healing. This next season includes restoration for your heart too. Joy will no longer feel temporary. Peace will no longer feel unreachable. I am teaching you that receiving love, rest, and support is not selfish when your spirit genuinely needs renewal. The waiting season also taught you patience in ways comfort never could. You learned how to trust me without immediate proof. You learned how to keep planting hope even when circumstances looked barren. Those lessons prepared you for greater responsibilities ahead, because wisdom grows strongest in difficult seasons. What once felt like wasted years were actually years of spiritual construction happening beneath the surface. I know you still carry certain fears about the future. Part of you worries that another disappointment might arrive just when things begin improving. That fear comes from surviving too many painful surprises in the past. But listen carefully now. You are not entering the future alone. My protection surrounds what I am building in your life. The same hand that carried you through heartbreak will also guide you through restoration. Do not shrink yourself anymore to make insecure people comfortable around you. You spent too long apologizing for your light, your kindness, your growth, and your dreams. I did not create you to live hidden beneath fear and self-doubt forever. The confidence rising inside you now is part of your healing. It is the result of realizing that your value was never determined by rejection, betrayal, or temporary setbacks. It was my voice whispering to your soul long before you understood what I was preparing for you. Even during moments when your faith weakened, the purpose placed over your life never disappeared. The battles you faced were not random attacks without meaning. Every difficult season revealed something hidden inside your heart. Pressure exposed your strength, betrayal exposed your loyalty, delay exposed your endurance. Heartbreak exposed your ability to keep loving despite pain. I allowed certain storms because comfort alone could never produce the wisdom, compassion, and spiritual maturity that now live inside you. Type 1111 if you believe God is guiding your future. There were people who misunderstood why you changed over time. They remembered the version of you that tolerated disrespect, ignored your own needs, and stayed silent to keep peace around everyone else. But suffering transformed you. You learned that protecting your peace is not selfish when your soul has spent years carrying unnecessary burdens. You discovered that boundaries are not acts of hatred, they are acts of wisdom. The stronger your spirit became, the more uncomfortable certain people felt around your growth, because your healing exposed the emptiness they refused to confront within themselves. You often blamed yourself for relationships that collapsed, but the truth is that not every separation was your failure. Some people were only meant to walk beside you for a short season. Others loved the comfort you provided, but never intended to support your spirit equally. I removed certain individuals because they were slowing down the future I had prepared for you. Your compassion kept trying to save connections that heaven had already decided to end. That is why every attempt to force those relationships back together only created more exhaustion inside your heart. I know there were moments when loneliness became almost unbearable. You watched others laugh, celebrate, and feel understood, while you silently carried emotional weight nobody seemed to notice. Those nights tested your faith deeply. Yet, even in isolation, I was teaching you how to survive without depending entirely on human approval. The loneliness that once felt cruel eventually became the place where your spiritual identity grew strongest. You began discovering who you truly were when nobody else was speaking over your life. Type yes to receive miracles. Your future is not connected to the opinions of people who underestimated you. Many judged you based on temporary seasons instead of recognizing the deeper work happening inside your spirit. They saw delays and assumed weakness. They saw your quietness and assumed defeat. They saw your pain and assumed you would never recover. But they could not see the hidden process heaven was completing within you. They did not understand that some of the strongest souls are built in silence, away from applause and recognition. You are stepping into a season where clarity will replace confusion. The questions that haunted your mind for years will slowly begin receiving answers. You will understand why certain opportunities vanished at the last moment. You will finally see how close you came to dangers you never even recognized at the time. What once looked like rejection will reveal itself as protection. What once looked like failure will reveal itself as redirection. I was not destroying your future. I was preserving it carefully while preparing you for something greater. Do not fear the changes beginning around you now. Change feels uncomfortable because your heart became used to surviving familiar pain. Even unhealthy situations can feel safe when they become predictable. But I am calling you beyond survival. I am calling you toward healing, stability, and peace. The season ahead requires you to release the fear that happiness will always disappear suddenly. You have spent too many years expecting loss every time something good entered your life. Could a hidden part of your brain be influencing your ability to attract money? A Columbia study linked to CIA research points to a small brain mechanism activated through a simple 7-second ritual. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this method is helping people move beyond financial struggles into more balanced lifestyles. Many are now stepping into dream homes, owning luxury cars, and finally taking luxury vacations. However, this page might not remain online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. I know your trust was damaged by repeated disappointments. Broken promises made you cautious. Betrayal taught you to hide parts of your heart. Delays made you wonder whether hope itself was dangerous. Yet despite everything, your soul still searched for light. That quiet hope surviving inside you became evidence that my spirit was still breathing life into your future. You may feel tired, but you are not defeated. You may feel wounded, but your destiny is still alive. There are blessings already moving toward your life that cannot be stolen by fear, jealousy, or past mistakes. I have been arranging moments behind the scenes while you worried about outcomes you could not control. Some doors will open suddenly after years of silence. Some prayers will receive answers when you least expect them. The breakthrough you prayed for did not disappear simply because it took longer than you hoped. Timing matters because certain blessings require preparation before they can be sustained properly. You spent years carrying emotional burdens that were never meant to belong entirely to you. You became the strong one for everyone else while secretly needing support yourself. People leaned on your kindness without recognizing how exhausted your soul had become underneath the surface. Yet I saw every sacrifice. I saw how you comforted others while fighting private battles nobody knew existed. Your compassion did not go unnoticed in heaven. Every act of love planted seeds that will eventually return to your life multiplied. Type 1010 to receive blessings. You are not meant to remain trapped in cycles of fear forever. The anxiety that tried to control your mind does not define your identity. The pain from your past does not own your future. I am teaching you how to live with peace instead of constant emotional survival. Healing is not happening all at once because deep restoration takes time. But every step forward matters, even when progress feels slow and invisible. There were moments when you felt embarrassed about how emotional you became during certain seasons. You apologized for crying too much, feeling too deeply, or struggling to stay strong. But your emotions were never proof of weakness. They were proof that your heart remained alive, despite everything it endured. A hardened heart may avoid pain temporarily, but it also struggles to experience love fully. I protected your softness because your ability to love deeply is connected to your purpose. Some of the people who hurt you are now confused by your growth. They expected your spirit to stay broken permanently. They assumed your confidence would disappear forever after the disappointments you survived. Yet slowly, your strength returned. Your peace began rebuilding itself piece by piece. Your connection with me deepened in ways that suffering alone could create. The very experiences meant to destroy you ended up developing wisdom inside your soul. Do not compare your journey to anyone else around you. Some people receive quick success but lack spiritual depth. Others appear happy publicly while privately carrying emptiness they cannot escape. Your process has been different because your calling is different. I needed to strengthen your foundation before elevating your future. A life built too quickly without wisdom often collapses under pressure later, but the strength developing inside you now will support the blessings coming ahead. I am also teaching you discernment in this season. Not everyone who enters your life deserves complete access to your heart immediately. Your kindness is beautiful, but wisdom must guide where your trust is placed. Some individuals will recognize your value genuinely, while others will only seek what they can gain from your generosity. Pay attention to how people treat you when you have nothing to offer except your presence. True love does not disappear when convenience fades. The fear of failure has followed you for too long. Every time you considered pursuing something meaningful, doubt whispered that disappointment would return again. But I did not create you to spend your life imprisoned by fear. The courage growing inside you now is part of your transformation. You are beginning to realize that surviving hardship already proved your strength. The same spirit that carried you through darkness will also carry you into purpose. You often wondered why life seemed harder for you than for others around you. You questioned why your path included so many delays, disappointments, and emotional battles, while others appeared to move forward easily. What you could not see was that your journey required deeper preparation because your purpose carries greater spiritual weight. Strong foundations take longer to build. The pressure you faced was not proof that I abandoned you. It was proof that your life could not be shaped carelessly. Type Amen if you know God carried you through hard seasons. There were moments when you almost lost hope completely. You prayed for signs, for answers, for relief, and silence seemed to surround you. Yet, even in silence, I was still working. Some battles were being fought for you in places your eyes could not see. Some dangers were being removed before they ever reached your life. Some blessings were being delayed because the timing was not fully aligned yet. You mistook waiting for abandonment when it was actually protection unfolding quietly behind the scenes. I know, betrayal changed the way you view people. You gave loyalty to individuals who did not value your heart properly. You trusted people who smiled in front of you while speaking against you privately. Those wounds made you cautious and sometimes fearful of opening your heart again. But do not allow painful experiences to convince you that genuine love no longer exists. Not everyone who enters your life will carry harmful intentions. I am teaching you discernment so you can recognize the difference between true connection and hidden manipulation. What if the real reason most manifestation methods do not work has finally been explained? A top neuroscientist linked to CIA research says without the right brainwave, results stay inconsistent. This 7-second ritual, supported by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people approach money differently and improve their direction. Many are now stepping into dream homes, buying luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations they once thought were out of reach. But this information might not stay available online. Click the link in the description and comments before it gets removed. The reason your spirit feels restless lately is because your season is changing. You can feel old patterns breaking inside you. Things that once controlled your emotions no longer hold the same power over your mind. You are beginning to recognize your worth beyond the opinions of people who failed to appreciate your presence. That growth may feel uncomfortable, because healing often requires releasing identities built around pain, fear, and survival. But this transformation is necessary for the future unfolding ahead of you. Type 777 if you trust God's timing. You spent years trying to earn acceptance from people who were never meant to define your value. You adjusted yourself constantly to avoid rejection. You stayed quiet to keep peace. You tolerated treatment that wounded your spirit because you feared losing connection with others. But I am teaching you now that your worth was never dependent on human approval. You do not need to shrink your soul to make insecure people comfortable around your light. The suffering you survived also developed compassion inside you. Because you understand pain deeply, you notice the silent struggles of others more easily. You recognize sadness hidden behind forced smiles. You understand loneliness because you carried it yourself for so long. That sensitivity is not weakness. It is part of the purpose placed over your life. Your experiences prepared you to comfort people who feel forgotten, broken, and unseen by the world around them. There are people connected to your future who need the wisdom growing inside your spirit right now. One day, your story will help others survive seasons they thought would destroy them completely. The tears you cried in private are becoming part of a testimony that will bring healing to hearts carrying similar pain. Nothing you endured was meaningless. Even the hardest chapters carried hidden purpose that will reveal itself more clearly as your journey continues unfolding. You also need to stop blaming yourself for every painful ending that happened in your life. Some relationships ended because those individuals could not grow where you were headed spiritually. Some opportunities disappeared because they would have distracted you from greater blessings waiting ahead. Some closed doors protected you from heartbreak that would have damaged your peace later. Not every loss was punishment. Many losses were divine redirections, leading you toward a healthier future. I know your confidence was damaged by repeated disappointments. Every setback added another layer of doubt inside your mind. You became afraid to hope too strongly because you worried pain would return again unexpectedly. But I need you to understand something clearly today. Fear cannot guide the next chapter of your life. The future I am preparing for you requires courage, trust, and the willingness to believe that healing and restoration are truly possible. Type 2222 to claim peace and restoration. You are not the same person who entered the previous season. Suffering changed your perspective completely. You became wiser about who deserves access to your energy. You learned how quickly appearances can deceive people. You discovered that some individuals only remain supportive when life feels convenient for them. Those painful lessons sharpened your discernment and protected your future from repeating old patterns that once drained your spirit endlessly. There were nights when anxiety filled your thoughts so heavily that sleep felt impossible. Your mind replayed painful memories repeatedly, while fear whispered lies about your future. Yet even during those nights, my presence remained near you. I stayed with you through every panic-filled moment and every silent breakdown hidden from the world. The fact that you survived those emotional battles already proves the strength growing inside your soul. The enemy wanted your exhaustion to become permanent hopelessness. Darkness hoped your disappointments would eventually convince you to stop believing in better days ahead. But your spirit refused to die because I placed resilience inside you long before these storms ever arrived. Every time you stood back up after heartbreak, another layer of strength formed inside your character. You may not fully recognize it yet, but you are far stronger now than you were before these battles began. Do not be afraid of outgrowing certain people. Growth naturally creates distance from environments and relationships that no longer align with your healing.